Alright, so this is an Instaclip tutorial. And I'm not going to be going over basic things like ESS position and how to HES. Just because if you don't know those tricks yet, you shouldn't be attempting this, period. Because Instaclip is actually quite difficult, so definitely don't try to do it unless you know how to do those tricks already. I'll do my best explaining how Instaclip works and what frames work and everything. So after talking to Zelda, you want to hold a little bit above upright and roll 4 times. And that'll put you around here. And you want to have Link stand on this slope going down right here, a little bit past this seam. Like that. And then you want to turn around and wait for rocks to spawn. Once a rock spawns, you want to get a HES off of it. Not like that. And you'll get Instaclip. So obviously there's a lot more to it than just that, but basically you can get different angles when sliding down the tower. So you want to focus on what angle you have when coming down this tower. There's 3 main angles you can get, and I'll show what they are. So one of them is right here. It's where Link is parallel against this wall, or close to parallel. And depending on the angle you have against this wall will determine when you have to target Zelda and everything. So I'll show what angles you can get first, and then I'll show when you have to target Zelda. So there's the parallel angle. This one's okay to get. It's kind of easy to work with. And then there's this one. It's where Link isn't parallel with the wall, but he's more at an angle like that. And this is the angle you want to get. Like, this is definitely the easiest to work with, and it seems a lot more consistent with this angle. So try your best to get something close to this. And then there's this angle. It's where Link is, instead of being like this, which is the good angle, he's more that way. And do your best to avoid an angle like this, just because it's a lot more awkward to work with and seems like there's less frames to target Zelda. It's just harder in general, so do your best avoiding this. Then obviously there's angles where Link can be almost perpendicular to the wall, and in that case it's pretty much over. You can't really work with that. The angle right here is it's pretty much as wide as it can get before Instaclip won't work anymore. So if he's facing any more like that way, then it starts to not work anymore. So now these are the different adjustments based on those angles. So for the one where Link is parallel with the wall, oh, wrong one. So this one, where Link is parallel with the wall, you want to target Zelda as soon as possible, like immediately. And here's when you want to target. You want to have Link target Zelda, I can't buffer, when he passes this wall right here. So a little bit after passing this wall, you want to press Z and target Zelda. So after that, you want to let go, you want to untarget about, I can't buffer on emulator, sorry. So you want to untarget, this is too far, but you want to untarget when the B button, the middle of the B button is aligned with the wall right here. That's a good visual cue. So anywhere from the middle of the B button being aligned with this wall to about this frame, that's when you want to untarget, and it should work. So if I do that, target immediately, untarget, it should work. So it's actually pretty simple. Instaclip is mainly just reacting fast, like reacting on what angle you have against this wall and adjusting to it very fast within a short matter of time, because it's actually pretty consistent. See, it's always gonna work. If I target Zelda, untarget at the same time, this is gonna work. So it's just a matter of understanding when to target and when to untarget Zelda. Luckily the untarget, like your angle, or what am I trying to say? Luckily, no matter what your angle is, the timing for untargeting Zelda is always going to be the same or near the same. So even if you're parallel to the wall or you're kind of like that, you want to untarget Zelda around this time when the B button is just past this line right here on the wall. So the untarget frames are always the same or close. So that's the parallel adjustment. So then there's this angle, and this is the good one. It's actually very similar to the parallel angle, except instead of targeting Zelda immediately, you want to target Zelda a little bit after. So instead of targeting her like a frame earlier than where I am right now, you want to wait until about now to untarget, to target. Basically just wait 2 or 3 frames after passing this wall right here, and it should be good. It'll look something like this. I think I untargeted too early, but there we go. Then the untarget frames are the same as before. You want to untarget when the B button is in this area right here, where it's kind of centered with this line right here, or a little bit past that, and you want to untarget, and it should work just fine. There we go. So the reason I like this one a lot more than the parallel adjustment is because it's a lot easier to target Zelda like this than targeting her immediately, just because you have more time to react if you target later. So that's that adjustment, and then there's the final one, which is this angle. Do your best to avoid this because this angle is trash. Basically you want to target Zelda very late. So rather than targeting her like this, you want to wait like an extra 3 or 4 frames. And it's just a lot more awkward, and it doesn't feel as, it just doesn't feel good to do. I don't know. It's definitely a lot less lenient. You have less frames to target, but the best thing I can suggest is this as a visual cue. So when you're coming down, the best visual cue you can use is to look at the B button, and you want to target Zelda when the B button's close to touching the wall right here. So pretty much this frame right now, or a frame after, should be good. So pay attention to that, and you want to untarget again around the same time when the B button is in this area. And it should work, even though, see, it's just finicky, it's dumb. Just avoid getting an angle like that. It's hard to get consistent. So those are the 3 different adjustments for that. So that's basically Instaclip. I went over all the different adjustments at least to the best I could explain. So there is one thing I forgot to even mention, and this is important. So when you're coming down the tower with your Hess, you want to be letting go of Z while holding ESS, and what that's going to do is it's going to change your angle like this. So once you're in this area in the corner here, you want to hold ESS, of course, and then let go of Z, retarget, untarget, and retarget to change your angle, because there's one frame and one angle that allows you to clip through this gate. So just do your best to let go of Z for one frame, because if you let go for 2 frames, you might skip over the frame that lets you clip, and that's not good. So that's basically it. Also, when coming down the tower, it might look really hard at first, but it's actually very lenient and easy. It just takes a little bit of practice to get it into muscle memory, I guess. So just takes a little bit of practice before you can come down the tower with no problem. It's not a big deal. It might look a lot harder than it actually is, so don't worry about that. That's all I can think of right now, so I hope this tutorial helped you. I probably went into way too much unnecessary detail, but that should be fine. So hope this helped, and thanks for watching.